Hello and welcome to Do It at DIT, Campus Magazine's weekly look at the life and times of Dundee Institute of Technology. This is the last in the series, and that means it's time for the grand final of the Do It at DIT quiz. Economics and law take on mechanical engineering, but that's later. First, Jeff Ferguson explores the range of formal and informal links between DIT and colleges of further education throughout this area. These links enable students to progress from further education into higher education through non-traditional means. Jeff met Professor Rae Harris from DIT and asked him just how important the relationship with other colleges is.
It's important in that it's difficult sometimes for students to actually come straight to DIT, both because of their background or because of their location or their personal circumstances. And we see it to be vitally important that students can progress through to degree level if those are their aspirations. So it's important that students can, if you like, access the system without necessarily having to travel to their local university or institute of technology.
What colleges are we talking about here? The FE colleges, I know there's a few of them in this area. Which colleges do you have these links with?
Well, we have strong links with Perth College, Fife College, Angus College, Glenrothes College, and of course Dundee College here in Dundee.
Having these links in place must benefit somebody, the college and presumably the students as well. They're the ones that are on the receiving end of it. How does it benefit the college and the students?
Well, I think I've already said how it benefits the students in that they get quite a wide choice of both courses and modes of study. In terms of the colleges and ourselves, I think there are we can see increasing trends for cooperation that I would put under the label of staff development, in that there are a lot of things going on nationally in further education that it's sometimes not easy for institutes of higher education to keep abreast of. Things like the development of SVQs, the Scottish Vocational Qualifications, that we at DIT read that these are going on, but to actually get inside the development is not easy. And so, for example, at lunchtime today, 5 staff from DIT were at Dundee College learning about the developments that are going on nationally, how Dundee College are going to implement those, and whether students with SVQs would be able to progress to the institute here.
You mentioned there also about the students progressing. How is it actually possible for a student to perhaps start a course at a further education college, say for example in Arbroath, Angus College, and then come to Dundee after a while and complete their course? How is that possible to do?
Well, the usual way would be that the student has some idea of what their qualification and the subject area is that they're aiming for. For example, they might feel they want to get into a degree in some area of business, perhaps an area of accounting, something like that. So that the typical student who wants to study locally would look at the courses which are on offer at their local college and how they lead into the degree programmes here at DIT. So to pursue the analogy with the business area, a student could say, I'd like to do a degree in accounting. They could go to a number of the local colleges and do an HND in accounting, which would, in most cases, give them a guaranteed place to go on to the final year of our BA in accounting degree.
Jeff Ferguson's report. We'll take a break now. Back soon with the Do It at DIT quiz, which comes to its frenzied climax tonight, and Brian Lindsay's news roundup. Welcome back to Do It at DIT, Campus Magazine's weekly dip into the life and times of Dundee Institute of Technology. Brian Lindsay interviews DIT student president later, but first we've got this. Now it's a quiz and it's a grand final. We've got the 2 best teams from the whole series here to battle it out for the valuable prizes being provided by Dundee Institute of Technology. The prizes will be presented by Assistant Principal Grahame Wright later. However, first let's introduce the teams. From mechanical engineering, we've got Reg, Philip, Sue and Mike. And from economics and law, we've got Ewan, Ian, Steve and Gareth. Now the first round's a buzzer round, so fingers on the buzzers please, and let's begin. What king of the Belgians died this year? No answers to that one. It was King Bodan. Who wrote the musical piece The Four Seasons? Economics and law.
Vivaldi.
That's correct. Name the character played by Ian Lavender in Dad's Army. Mechanical engineering.
Pike.
Private Pike, that's right. What vessel sank on 15th April 1912, causing 1,000... Yes, that's economics and law.
Lusitania.
The Lusitania, no, I'm afraid not. It was the Titanic. What is England's best-known rifle range? Mechanical engineering.
Bisley.
Bisley, that's correct. On radio, who chairs Just a Minute? Economics and law.
Nicholas Parsons.
That's correct. On which side did Sweden fight in World War II? That's economics and law.
Neither side. They were neutral.
They were neutral, that's correct. What is the Tribune Group? Economics and law.
Newspapers and Publishing Group.
No, that's not enough. It's a Labour Socialist pressure group. Where would you find Ayers Rock? Economics and law.
Australia.
Australia, that's correct. What bird in legend was given the 100 eyes of Argus? Got a very interesting fan tail. Mechanical engineering.
Eagle.
The eagle. No, I'm afraid it's a peacock. What does the acronym CAMRA stand for? Mechanical engineering.
for real L.
That's fine. What instrument does Benny Goodman play? Economics and law.
The trumpet.
No, it's a clarinet. Who is credited with the invention of radio? Mechanical engineering?
Edison.
Nope, it's Marconi. What member of the House of Commons cannot take part in debates? Economics and law.
Speaker.
That's right. Name the capital of Zambia. Sounds a bit like a horrible Japanese drink. Economics and law.
Sake.
No, I'm afraid not. It's Lusaka. Lusaka. In what year were the Olympics held at Wembley, London? Mechanical engineering.
1908.
No, it was 1948. What version of the Bible was published in 1610?
The King James Version.
That was economics and law, the King James Version, that's correct. What TV detective wears a dirty raincoat? Mechanical engineering.
Colombo.
Colombo, that's right. Which royal castle suffered a serious fire recently? Economics and law.
Windsor.
That's right. This is the last question. In The Wizard of Oz, which witch was flattened by a falling house? Mechanical engineering.
Wicked Witch of the West.
The Wicked Witch of the East. Are we going to give you that? No, we're not going to give you that. I'm afraid not. We're very pernickety in the Do It at DIT quiz. So at the end of the first buzzer round, economics and law have scored 7, mechanical engineering have scored 4. Moving on to round 2. That's a round of questions which are specially allocated to each team. There's 4 for mechanical engineering, 4 for economics and law, 4 for mechanical engineering, and then we'll have 4 for economics and law again. So, mechanical engineering, we'll start with you. Who made the first solo transatlantic flight? Involved in a famous baby case.
Lindbergh.
Lindbergh, it was Charles Lindbergh, that's right. Who is credited with inventing the pneumatic tyre?
Dunlop.
John Dunlop. For what event did Sally Gunnell win a gold medal in the 1992 Olympics?
The 400 metres hurdles.
That's correct. And which Scottish Football Premier Division chairman retired in 1993? Not very far from here.
Oh, Jim McLean.
Jim McLean, that's correct, of Dundee United. Now, it's over to economics and law. Here's your round. In the book by Robert Louis Stevenson, who was kidnapped? And I'll have to hurry you. No, no answers. It was David Balfour. What is the principal ingredient of the dish Skirley? A Scottish dish. It's got lard in it and one other thing. Got an answer for me? No, it's oatmeal. What was Henry Ford's first commercial success?
Model T.
The Model T Ford, that's right. What non-mechanical sport achieves the highest speeds?
Ice hockey.
Ice hockey, no, I'm afraid not, it's skydiving. Back to mechanical engineering. Who preceded Mrs. Thatcher as leader of the Conservative Party?
Callahan.
Callaghan, no, he was leader of the Labour Party.
Correct.
It was Edward Heath. What is the home ground of Surrey Cricket Club?
The Oval.
The Oval, that's right, all the last tests are played there. What nationality is the present Pope?
Polish.
Polish, that's correct. Who invented the hovercraft?
Cockerell.
Sir Christopher Cockerell. Back to economics and law. Who floats like a butterfly and stings like a bee?
Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali. Cassius Clay, as he used to be known. Who was president of the USA at the end of World War II?
Franklin D. Roosevelt.
No, it was Harry S. Truman. What aid to athletes was invented in 1927?
The spiked running shoe.
No, it was starting blocks. What height must a Scottish mountain be to qualify as a Munro?
3,000 feet.
3,000 feet, that's correct. That's great, that's the end of the second round. In that round, economics and law scored 3, but mechanical engineering scored 7. Now that means that your total scores so far are 11 for mechanical engineering and 10 for economics and law. So things are getting closer. Now this is round 3, and in this round we're going to ask the mechanical engineers a lot of economics and law questions, and we're going to ask the economists and the lawyers a lot of mechanical engineering questions. So, mechanical engineering first. What is the title of the cabinet minister responsible for economic policy?
Kenneth Clarke.
What's his title?
He's the Chancellor of the Exchequer.
Absolutely right. In which Scottish city is there a stock market?
Glasgow.
Glasgow, that's right. Which bank is the government's bank?
Bank of England.
That's correct. What do we call the series of changes which began in Britain in the 18th century, which saw the large-scale application of machinery to the processes of production?
Industrial Revolution.
That's correct, the Industrial Revolution. What do the initials, firstly TUC, and secondly CBI stand for?
Right. Trade Union Congress
That's right.
and the Committee of British Industries.
No, I'm afraid we're not going to accept that answer. It's the Confederation of British Industry, so bad luck, you lost the point. How many people sit on a jury in a Scottish criminal trial?
12.
12, no, that's the English system you're thinking of, I'm afraid. It's 15. What crime known to the law of Scotland is roughly equivalent to the English crime of manslaughter?
Culpable homicide.
That's correct. Which building in Edinburgh is the home of Scotland's most senior civil courts?
The High Court of Scotland.
No, I'm afraid the High Court's a criminal court, the Court of Session's a civil court, and it's Parliament House, Edinburgh. So you don't get that point. True or false? A sheriff can impose a sentence of 3 years imprisonment on a person convicted on indictment.
True.
True, that's right, it is true. The feudal system of landholding in present-day Scotland originated in the 12th century. True or false?
True.
True, that's right. And at the end of your specialist subject round, of course it's not your specialist subject, it's their specialist subject, you've scored 7 points. Moving over to economics and law, we're going to ask you some questions about mechanical engineering now. What was Napier famous for?
Architect.
No, he invented logarithms. What metal is liquid at minus 30 degrees C? Name of a Greek god as well.
Mercury.
Mercury, that's correct. What is the name of the engineer who invented the bouncing bomb?
Barnes Wallis.
That's correct. What was the Great Eastern?
A railway.
No, it wasn't. It was an iron hull ship designed by Brunel. What are Kepler's laws? Any answers? Kepler's laws. Nope, they're laws that govern the motion of the planets. What were the Rainhill trials?
Speed trials.
Speed trials. Give me some more detail. What was actually involved?
Trains.
It was a locomotive competition won by Stephenson's rocket. What took place at Kitty Hawk in 1903?
The Wright brothers' first flight.
That's correct, the first powered flight. Pluto was developed for the Allied invasion of Normandy in 1943. What was it?
It's an amphibious vehicle.
No, it was a pipeline under the ocean, Pluto. Why is the Tacoma Narrows Bridge in the state of Washington, USA, a famous aerodynamic structure?
It was blown down.
It was blown down. No, I'm afraid we're not going to give you that one. It shook itself to bits by natural frequency vibration. What is the connection between Isaac Newton and Granny Smith?
The apple.
And what's the connection?
Gravity.
Gravity, that's right. A falling apple is said to have been the inspiration for Newton's law of gravity. And at the end of your specialist subject round, or at least their specialist subject round that you're answering, you've scored 5 points. And we'll give you the total scores again. It's 18 for mechanical engineering, 15 for economics and law, 3 points in it. And we're going to move on to the final round now, which is a buzzer round. What was the name of King Arthur's queen? Mechanical engineering. Guinevere, that's correct. What was Crocodile Dundee's Christian name? Economics and law.
Mick.
That's right. Name the famous cave on the Isle of Staffa. Mechanical engineering.
Fingal's Cave.
Fingal's Cave, that's correct. In Neighbours, who paints in her spare time? Economics and law.
Helen Daniels.
So you watch Neighbours then, eh? Ha! It's supposed to be intellectuals too. Right, Helen Daniels, yes, that's correct. Where is the Derby run? Economics and law.
Epsom Downs.
Epsom Downs, that's right, in Surrey. Who was the first woman to take a seat in the House of Commons? Mechanical engineering.
Mary Astor.
It was Nancy Astor. In World War II, the 7th Armoured Division of the 8th Army had a nickname. What was it? Mechanical engineering.
Desert Rats.
The Desert Vats. Who starred in Fist of Fury and Enter the Dragon? Economics and law.
Bruce Lee.
That's right. In what ship did the Pilgrim Father sail? Economics and law.
The Mayflower.
That's correct. Where will the Olympics be held in the year 2000? Economics and law.
Japan.
No, it's Sydney, Australia. What island has a Greek part and a Turkish part? Economics and law.
Cyprus.
That's correct. Who wrote the Brandenburg Concertos? Economics and law.
Bach.
Which Bach?
G.S. Bach.
Johann Sebastian Bach. Okay, we'll take that. What is a Raja? Mechanical engineering.
An Indian prince.
That's correct. What does a mahout do? Mechanical engineering.
He drives an elephant.
That's correct. In which village does Postman Pat live? And it's not Trumpton. I'll have to hurry you. Nope, it's Greendale. What former British colony was founded by Sir Stanford Raffles? Mechanical engineering.
Singapore.
That's correct. Charles Dodgson wrote some well-known nonsense. How is he better known? And I'll have to hurry you. It's nearly Christmas. There's a clue. Island off the west coast of Scotland. Economics and law.
Lewis.
A bit more.
Lewis Carroll.
That's right, Lewis Carroll. Who played the title role in the Mad Max films? Economics and law.
Mel Gibson.
That's correct. What sport is played on the Cresta Run? Economics and law.
Tobogganing.
Tobogganing's correct. What peace treaty ended World War I? Economics and law.
Versailles.
Treaty of Versailles. What distinguishes deciduous trees? Economics and law.
They lose their leaves.
That's correct. Last question in this buzzer round. Name the most famous pass linking Afghanistan. Economics and law.
Khyber.
The Khyber Pass, that's absolutely correct. So in the final buzzer round, your scores were 13 for economics and law, 6 for mechanical engineering. And that means that the total scores for the contest are 24 for mechanical engineering, but 28 for economics and law. And so I'm afraid that economics and law have won the contest. So
Very good.
a great deal of comradely sporting shaking of hands going on here. And I'd like to invite Grahame Wright, who's the assistant principal of the college, to come and present the prizes. So Grahame, if you'd like to come up to the microphone now.
Okay, well done to Economics and Law team, and commiserations to Mechanical Engineering. Well, I'd like to present each of the members of the Economics and Law team with a book token, which we trust will be used for suitable purposes for the remainder of your time at DIT. Well done all of you who did it at DIT.
So I hope you've enjoyed the quizzes over the past 12 weeks, and I'll just thank Reg, Philip, Sue and Mike, the unsuccessful team from Mechanical Engineering. Personally, I thought they were going to win. I'm disappointed. But congratulations to Ewan, Ian, Steve and Gareth. You're from Economics and Law. Congratulations to you, and maybe we'll see you if we ever do another Do It at DIT quiz another time. Now it's over to Brian Lindsay for the Student News and Sports Roundup.
As the term draws to a close, I took the opportunity to talk to Rachel Thomas, the president of the Students' Association, and Jim Closs, the manager of the DIT Football Team, about their first term at their respective posts. First, Rachel, and the issues which have been concerning her, especially the proposed 10% cut in the student grant. How will this affect students?
The first thing to say is that it isn't just 10% this year, it's 10% every single year for the next 3 years, which compounded means from the level of grant just now, in 3 years' time, the level of grant will be 27% underneath what it is just now. Now, as far as implications, it's absolutely undoubtable that the dropout rates will increase. Since the introduction of the loan scheme in 1990, the dropout rates in Scotland have increased by 188%. it will definitely happen. People will be dropping out of courses because they cannot afford to keep on studying.
What are you going to be doing about this 10% cut?
Obviously, all the students at DIT are furious and worried about this. They really are concerned about their future over the next couple of years, their financial future, economic, social, educational, everything. So we've held 2 emergency meetings last week to discuss what the reaction was from the general student body, and we decided that it was a huge thing, that we had to do something about it. So we will be attending on Wednesday a demonstration organised by the National Union of Students in Glasgow, which to all indications is going to be the biggest demonstration for a good 10-20 years. It is going to be huge, and it just is a reflection of how upset, angry and worried students really are about this.
Do you think this is a return of radical student politics?
No, I don't think so. The point is that students nowadays, what they're worried about is, one, what their next exam result is going to be, and 2, how they're going to survive financially. And this is really hitting home. This has been your first term as president of the union. I mean, how have you enjoyed it, and do you think it's been worthwhile? It's been very hard. I must admit, this time last year I would never have expected the attacks that have come out on us. And again, as I said before, it is so reactionary that it's loads of stuff that I would love to be working on in consultation with the Institute, and I just wish that I had more time to spend on proactive measures to be able to providing a greater diversity of service to our students and not having to react all the time to attacks directed at us.
Rachel Thomas there telling us about her first term as president of the DIT Students Association. Now into sporting matters. The DIT football team had an indifferent start to their first season in the Midland League Division 2. However, they've improved remarkably in the last few months. Jim Kloss, team manager, told me why he thought they were now playing better.
I think it's just because the players are getting to know each other. At the start of the season, as I say, they were all strangers to each other, but now they're getting to know each other. Their social life is tied in with each other as well. It's not just the football.
Now that the team's attained some kind of consistency and they're all playing together as if like they know each other, what do you think the prospects are now for promotion?
I think it's going to be difficult because they dropped some solid points at the start of the season, and there are some good teams in the league. I would say there's 4 teams plus ourselves are the most likely ones for promotion.
The team are now lying 5th with 11 points from 10 games, so let's hope they can bag one of those promotion places. Well, that's all the news, more of a news review this week, so it's goodbye from me, and it's back to Jimmy in the studio.
Thanks, Brian. Well, that's all from Do It at DIT for tonight and for the series. We hope you've enjoyed finding out about Dundee's internationally renowned technical university. Special thanks go to Professor Ian Colligan and his colleagues who helped organise the quiz, and congratulations again to the winning team from Economics and Law. So, from me, Jimmy Black, Jeff Ferguson and Brian Lindsay, it's good night.